This is SouledOut's Annie versus Darius. I'm piloting the
The
Darius,
Hook Darius.
the hook Darius that's piloted so bad that all the viewers can find the mistakes and leave them in the comments because there's like a million of them. All right. Whoa, let's go back.
Um,
Mulligan decision. First Mulligan decision.
it's I'm going first, so I'm gonna get rid of the Falling Star and the Kaisa. Falling Star is not terrible in this matchup, but it's not like amazing, especially early game. It's like pretty bad if you lead. If you lead anything plus hopeful, it's really really bad. And if you lead like Seal into Vanguard Captain, it's also really bad. So usually it's safer just to mull it, and then if you need it in the later game, you can just find another one. And then I'm also gonna get rid of the Kaisa. Um, Going first, Kaisa is a little slow, and so I'd rather find like a Darius or like a Vayne or something or a Sneaky.
So in this matchup, the Darius player plays lots of like tokens and stuff. Why are you? Because why are you valuing cleave over like a Kai'Sa? Is it just you don't want a second Kai'Sa, or it's that cleave is actually useful to get over hopeful and stuff? Is that what you're thinking?
You need it out to Nox's hopeful. And Cleave is just like the best one. It's just like the cheapest way to get rid of Nox's hopeful. Um, and like I said, you don't really need multiple Kaisas. So if we drew a second one right there, like if we mull the cleave and keep the Kaisa and we draw a second Kaisa, now we have two Kaisa and no way to deal with the Noxus Hopeful. So like that's the most important thing about this matchup is you just need to have an out to Noxus Hopeful. But other than that, it's pretty whatever. Pitching the Vi here, it's just too early in the game for Vi. We don't really have any use for her. This turn, I'm just gonna develop the Vayne to base. The only problem with this play is it plays a little bit into Falling Star, because like now I can't do the Darius Cleave play next turn. But it's game one. Most Darius players aren't even on Falling Star game one, so I figure it's worth the tempo to play into it. And it's not free for you to play it either. Like you have to recycle two runes, so. That's a really good draw from us. Gonna go up with the Vayne. I probably discard the Ride the Wind here.
You can always get it back. Yeah. No. Cleave
Oh, I get
goes.
rid of the Cleave.
Now you got double
How
sneaky.
did I do that? Trying to think. Maybe I was just thinking that. Oh, I looked at three cards there. I always do that on accident with Candle because I'm too always I'm so used to like moving three cards with the stack deck. I don't think it'll matter that much, but
I missed that as well.
I think I got rid of the cleave because pretty much always going to have an ace spell to play, and like worst case scenario, I just like ride the wind, the Vayne or something. Okay, well, there's the falling star I was worried about. It's fine though. I mean, we have the stack deck, so we can just go stack deck into Darius and get to four. Um, I mean, the important thing to with any matchup is that you're making sure you're hitting those point break points, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the next turn is going to be like kind of an off turn. I'm just going to use it as a way to develop the Darius and get that fourth point. Because to be honest, like I don't at this point in the game, I don't care about anything that you're doing. Like you're playing the hook, you're hooking your guys, like that doesn't matter. Like I'm ahead in points, and like that's the only thing that matters in this matchup. Okay, that's not bad. I'm just gonna do that play though, is I'm just going to play the Darius, and I'm gonna stack deck to ready him.
Are
I
you?
think I was thinking about doing the Darius Falling Star, but that uses way too much power. Like, if the problem with doing the Falling Star here is then I don't have any runes next turn. And it's like I can always just do the Falling Star next turn and like I'm in the same position.
Yeah, okay. Double
Because
right.
like if you're recycling two runes, you're not actually plus any amount of energy because next turn you're going to be down two energy because you're down two runes. So it's the same like energy economy to just play the falling star on the next turn. Um, or if you find yourself in a position where it's not optimal to do that, then you have extra runes to do whatever the optimal play is. This game is like pretty much over from this position. Like I'm looking at your runes and like there's no way for you to like accelerate this Darius to contest my Darius. So like the only way for you to contest my Darius is to like hit a vein off this hook and like I'm super not worried about that. Yeah. It's like even if you do that, I can always just ride the wind to base, and then walk over, go to 6 next turn, and then I still have ride the wind for the um, follow up play to win the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty choked on mana here. That was that early spectral matron thing that.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you did this like the matron play seemed like a really big might swing, and it was, but you just kind of like that's the problem with Hook Darius is if you don't draw seals, your mana gets like super crippled. So like going Matron and the Falling Star, it's like you are never gonna have runes. And so that's kind of why I wasn't super worried about playing into Falling Star, because unlike Kaisa, Darius actually has to pay for it. So you don't get as behind as you would against something like Kaisa.
So flash off the top here is pretty big over falling star, like super safe.
Um, yeah, I mean, like at this point in the game, as the Annie player, the only thing you're worried about is Hidden Blade. Like Hidden Blade is the only card that keeps you in the game. The thing you have to remember though is even though Darius sees a lot of his deck, he doesn't actually draw that many cards. Most of the amount of cards that he sees is just like recycling them to the bottom with the hook. So it's like he has to get pretty lucky to like draw into the Hidden Blade naturally.
I think this was the
But
game.
here, yeah, here I don't even need to do the Vi Ride. Like I have lethal through Hidden Blade. I go up with Darius, Void Seeker, the Matron. Darius now contests this whole battlefield. Even if you have Hidden Blade for Darius, I have 4 mana up. I can just go Vi Ride in.
Yeah.
But you don't have it anyway, so it
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
I saw it off the top of hook and then, sorry, saw it off the top of the candlelit and then recycled it with hook in a massive misplay. But them's the breaks. That's how we learn it. Um, yeah. Okay, this is game two, the match, and the mulligan decision is Darius, fight or flight, flash, and stack deck.
I mean, that's an easy Darius fight or flight. Darius isn't really good until turn 3, and fight or flight's not particularly useful in this matchup, except to deal with the Draven. Okay, that's kind of an awkward hand. We kind of need to find a 2-drop. Oh, well, there's the best one. Um,
Right on the board.
yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about, is like, this is like pretty high roll, but like, if you can get that turn 1 sneaky, um, you go straight to 2, and then if you can keep point tempo with like an accelerated unit, then it becomes really, really hard for Darius to contest you.
So let's talk about this fight or flight pushing back the Poro. Yeah,
What's up?
what was the thinking about around that? Is it because you only get one extra point out of the hold, right? Other,
Um, yeah, so my thought process here was um, I wasn't thinking, and that I should have uh, foffed the sneaky deckhand, which I think is what I ended up doing. I think I took this back and did the fight or flight on the sneaky.
okay, so then your idea is to go sneaky
Yeah,
right,
so the
vein
reason you do it
left.
on the sneaky is, yes, if letting you keep the Poro means I can accelerate the Vayne over it next turn. And then if I have the sneaky in base, I can go to the Trifarian, and now I go from 2 to 4 and kill one of your guys.
Yeah,
So I thought you were gonna hook the like the guy on the field, which probably would have been a better play, but
yeah,
I'm not
or even
100%.
play the thing on the field
Oh
as
yeah, to
well.
contest the Vayne, yeah, that would have been good too. I mean, you get like super blown out by Cleave, so I don't think that's like 100% correct. But I mean, it does contest Vayne by herself, yeah.
Yeah, this is just letting you get way too far ahead. Some
The problem is that if you play the Glory Seeker there, and I do have Cleave, you pretty much just lose on the spot, because then I have the same point tempo, but now you have no units. Just take the Kaisa here. But I don't think it's like 100% wrong to put
no, it was definitely
the Glory
hook
Seeker there.
hook the guy.
Yeah, I think hook on the Poro was definitely, I think that makes the most sense to me. Okay, hook the Vayne, interesting. That makes sense. Okay, another Vayne.
So
This is what I was saying before about like the hook Darius, is like you didn't find a seal, and now you're just sitting on 0 runes the whole game. And like Darius is at its strongest when you're threatening to do an accelerated Darius at any given point. But as long as you're not on 6 mana, I don't have to worry about Darius. So I don't really have to play around it at all. And I mean, at this point in the game, I mean, it's pretty much over. Um, I mean,
yeah,
Kaisa in base, I'm gonna score 2 next turn. You have absolutely like 0 base development. Here was another misplay you made. I don't know why you didn't accelerate this Kaisa and go to the arenas to go to 6. Um,
yeah. This is a
there was
just a
there
mind
was
blank. I just completely forgot that you can accelerate her off the hook.
bro, shaking my head, man. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter, but yeah, like it super doesn't matter, but yeah, it was definitely correct to do that, I think.
Yeah, it's just playing too fast. I think I need to just slow down and think a little bit more. But
Like even if you had done that, I mean, now you're on, you're down another rune, then you're definitely not accelerating this Darius. It's like It's hard to be like that's a misplay when it's like it changes nothing about the outcome of this game.
You're just setting up for this final turn. Darius and Foff and what's in base should be, and Gust should be plenty.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna walk in with this Glory Seeker, and I'm just gonna gust it. Okay. No hook turn? I mean, that's interesting. Again, I don't think it would have mattered, but still, just like the small things kind of add up. And then just Darius and... No, the Hidden Blade! It's fine, just fall off the Kaisen, walk in again. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about it. I mean, like, Darius, is in a position where if he wants to play the removal cards like Void Seeker and Falling Star, then he has no power. But if he doesn't play those cards, then he has no way to interact with you, and you just win the game anyway. Um, I think there was definitely some piloting errors
For sure, for
in
sure.
that game, in that match. But generally, like being realistic, I don't think that any individual error, um, like I think that game was just like I just don't think Darius has the tools to deal with Annie in an effective manner. Um, the only problem card in this deck is like the Noxus Hopeful and the Hidden Blade. And like if you're smart, if you know how to play Annie, you can beat Hidden Blade like 99% of the time. The only time Hidden Blade is like really an issue is if you don't have a backup plan or like a way to play through it. But like starting turn one with Annie against any deck playing yellow, you need to be preparing for that final push, and you need to be like creating a way for yourself to play through Hidden Blade. Um, I'll try and point out this game. Like when I am like what the actions I'm taking in order to have a backup line through Hidden Blade. So that way you guys can
Okay.
kind of see the thought process of like how to actually beat that card.
Okay.
And then the other card you have to beat is Noxus Hopeful, which is just a 4 might vanilla. But sometimes a 4 might vanilla on turn one is kind of a problem. So
Awesome. All right, let's get on to game two.